Alright, you probably wonder what I'm doing with all this rigmarole and moving around. I'll take you inside the shop and show you what I'm doing. Alright, let's open up the back hatch and see what I got going on. Sorry about the light in here. I actually can't get to the light switch right now, so it's a little darker than it should be. A little bit hard to see it, but it's my brand new to me 140-pound Trenton Anvil. Yeah, it says 140 pounds on it, so we'll see. Now I got to get it out of here, and that's why I brought my lifting device. So I got a very short window of time here. I've got another event I've got to be at, so hopefully I can get this trussed up and out of here in short order. I kind of got a plan going into this. I think it's going to work, but I could very quickly discover that it doesn't. Either the inability to reach or one of 100 other things that could go wrong. Alright, I've lifted a few heavy things with this chain already. I'll lift it in the van. Oh, please work, please work, please work. The hydraulics on this do tend to settle in a little bit, so I got to lift it up higher than I would like. That'll give me a few minutes to move my van out of the way, because I'm not going to pull this backwards that high. So, let me pull my van out of the way. Okay, folks, I've done it. I've got that out of my van without wrecking anything. Super excited about that. My plans for this, I'm probably not going to do any serious hot work with it, but I got some cold forming of some light steel to do, and this is going to do the trick. Now I've got to find a stand to put it on, and I think I found one already, but that's for another day. I'm going to lower this in. I doubt it's going to sit on the ground, but if it's hanging there at the bottom of the stroke, that's fine. Let's see what happens. Yeah, as long as the hydraulics aren't holding it up, I'm happy. You know, real time, that probably took me 20 minutes to do all of this, maybe a hair longer. So I'm pretty pleased with that. All right, there it is. I got my vise. I can always set it on a couple of boards and get that lift out of there if I want to, but right now it can live just the way it is. All right. We'll get back to you next time when I mount this on a base. That was fun. Well, I need a base for that anvil. I went over to my neighbor's house across the alley, and he's got a tree took down a couple years ago. A lot of nice chunks of wood. I had high hopes for that one, but it's cut awful crooked. I did pick one that's just going to be big enough. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, well, it's been months now since I started on my anvil project, many months, and I changed up what I'm doing a little bit. I had a stump I was going to use. It's not going to work. It was too punky. It was too gross. So I picked up another one, and I'll show it to you here. This one isn't fantastic, but other than a little surface, it's been sitting in the dirt for a while. It's in pretty good shape. So we got to get some of that dirt off. This is going to be the bottom. This is not going to be a full build doing something professional. This is just going to be something to hold my anvil. So I'm going to put a set of wheels on here. I'm going to have it flipped over, this being the bottom. And we're going to put the anvil on there, and that's probably going to be about it. I do have a little knob to take off. One cut to make. I probably should sharpen this, but I'm going to see if I can get this done with a half dull blade. And I found a chainsaw I can use one-handed. Alright, I'd already trimmed off a couple other little branches that were sticking out. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to get the wheels on. I'll show you the wheels I got. These are going to mount to the sides, not the bottom. Oh, they even got a little template. Nice. They got a couple of wrenches with them. Parts. Oh gosh, lots of parts. I was hoping for fewer parts. So that's that. I can figure out, let's see, that goes like that, that goes like that. I really don't know how these go. We got a single half sheet of extensive directions. Hopefully they're helpful. Here's a crucial part. Okay, that goes up against the side of the whatever you're putting it on. I'm not sure which is up and down yet. Alright, well, I'm going to figure this out, and then we'll get back to you and show you just how they go. Alright, when you take your measuring stick out and put it on there, it goes to the line, so I've got to cut this bottom off. Good enough. So this will go to the floor, and this will be the template of where my screws go. It's cut pretty flat. Let me test it first. Basically, you set that on the floor, and there's where your screws go. I gotta see if I can make that work, but as flat as that is, I'm gonna do what's easier for me and hope it turns out okay. And I gotta do this on its side. So I can reach without killing myself. Good Lord. Life ain't easy being green, folks. I suppose I should look and see where I'm going to put these. One. They're just going to end up in the best place I can put them. They're not going to be evenly spaced. There. And once again, this angled part goes down, so that will... They provided some Phillips head screws, which undoubtedly are going to strip. It would be a lot nicer if all of these surfaces were square. That's going to give me a little bit of grief, I believe, but I think I can overcome that. Alright, we'll just hand tighten these castle nuts on here for now. You know, I think it's going to work. And we're going to have to tighten it up and see. They give you these couple little wrenches with the kit. They're not terrific wrenches, but they work. It's tightened up. Now that one's almost installed. Let me just try it on these little bolts. I know I should be using real wrenches, but hey, this will probably be the only time I ever get to use these. There we go. That comes up. That goes down. I don't know, there's a ½ inch or better. Okay, there's one. I think I'll put another one right here. There's two. All right, one more. Ooh, I got handles on here now, bonus. So about halfway across is right here, so that might work. Yeah, it might work. Ooh. Okay, there we are. Well, you get right to the end and you get stuck tightening your wrench in there. God darn it. All right, let's see if I can get this pulled up onto its wheels now. I gotta get some longer screws. This side had a blowout Ah, darn it. Ah, shoot. I guess it wasn't tough enough right here, and the length of the screws wasn't enough, so I'm gonna blow it. So I gotta take these 4 screws out. Oh man, bummer. And throw some much longer ones in. Okay, I'm gonna find some screws and we'll come back and finish that up. Okay, I got some screws there quite long, but I think it might work as long as they fit. Okay, back onto its feet somehow. All right, I think we have a success. Okay, there we are, folks. Now we got to mount the anvil on here. That's next, right after lunch. Now, I got to lift this 140-pound anvil up on there. So, you run what you brung. That's the old saying as it goes. Let's see. It's still precariously sitting on here right where we originally put it. I got this. Let's see if this thing will lift it without it flopping totally over. I think it's going to go to its side pretty much. Okay. Just hanging free. And actually, these wheel locks work real good for me because I can't use my feet to do them, and it's just as simple to use your hands. So nothing special there. That works great. I'm going to raise it up another 8 inches or so. It's pretty secure. I trust everything that it's sitting on. We're so close. Look there, folks. Release the hydraulics. Nice and slowly. Shoot. I think I got those wheels too high. No. All right. I got some straps for ducting These are like $1 a piece at the local big box store. And I got some little bit wider screws. They're, what are they? I'll show you real quick. 5/16 by 3.5. Takes a T40 bit, T50. So good sized bit. So hopefully these will, with a more thread here, might hang on a little better. Let's give it a shot. I'm hoping that I can drive these through these pre-drilled holes, otherwise I got to expand the holes. We're going to find out. I may replace the stump one day. That could happen. We'll see. I'll give it some time. I mean, it's a T50 before, it's a T40. All right, there it is, folks. Just simply lifting that up. She ain't gonna roll around anywhere. It needs a little shimming when it's flat. Actually, I think it's sitting on a wheel yet. This last one is still messed up. All right, that's the end of the Anvil project. Like I say, I'm really not going to use it for a whole bunch at all. Just to occasionally get something to whale on, it's going to work just fine. If I find I move it around and some of these screws start backing out, one day I'll find another piece of wood to put it on, and yeah, I'll change it. But this may last me for years, so who knows.